Combin on the air. Thanks for tuning into Instagram Growth Podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all of the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best Instagram marketer that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started. Good day, my dear audience. Nice to have you by my side today. Welcome to the new episode of Instagram Growth Podcast. Today's episode is dedicated to influencers on Instagram and actually is a continuation or a second part of the webinar I hosted on the 22nd of January. You may find a link in the description to watch a recording of the webinar on YouTube. So today we continue talking about influencers, on how to build your influencer strategy, how to avoid fake influencers, and also we will take into account all the special considerations and changes in the industry. So, on the surface, it might seem like influencer marketing is just about having an influencer make a post or two and you are done. But brands with this mentality will feel the sting afterward. Just like pretty much any marketing endeavor or any life endeavor in general, when you think about it, your odds of getting good results are slim if you don't have clear intentions and goals to guide your efforts. In addition to having those goals, you'll need to set up a reliable system to track them. A lack of strong influencer campaign strategy is a key pitfall when it comes to influencer marketing. But here is the kicker. It's notoriously tough to attribute return on investment back to specific influencer marketing strategies and tactics. So unfortunately, even businesses that have an excellent influencer strategy in place will still fall victim to foggy results and tracking difficulties. That is why you have to hit the ground running with a well-defined influencer strategy, comprehensive tracking, and careful analysis. Ready to get into details and learn fundamentals for how to build an influencer strategy that kills? 3, 2, 1, here we go! While your individual influencer program agreements may have involved some negotiation for exact terms, it's good to have a handle on your finances. This includes knowing how you can compensate your influencers. There are 4 main ways that you can fund your influencer strategy. The first way is pay per post. This influencer pricing strategy is a classic and simple model. You offer the influencer a set amount of money in exchange for making an agreed upon post, whether that's a shout out on Instagram, a YouTube preview, or a contest posted on their blog. The second way is gifting. Here, you give the influencer your product or access to a service for free in exchange for promotion. This is typically seen in review-style posts or shout-outs, often accompanied by photos of the brand's products in action. This influencer strategy is a great way to grow and evolve your brand's Instagram page. If you're just starting, try to do a lot of outreach. Offer micro-influencers, Instagrammers with from 8,000 to 10,000 followers, offer them a product they could use for a giveaway or just mail them a sample in exchange for a mention. The strategy will work and your brand and sales will start to grow. As soon as you have a powerful audience of your own, you may change the strategy and offer up-and-coming influencers the opportunity to be profiled on your brand's Instagram. They would buy something from your store or business and take a photo of themselves wearing it. Then you'd feature them on your page. It will be a win-to-win. Try it out. The third way is pay per sale. This is also called affiliate marketing. In this influencer pricing strategy, you pay the influencer a percentage of every sale from their efforts. This is a great incentive to get results, but you will need a good tracking strategy to ensure that you know which sales are theirs. Usually, this involves unique checkout codes, UTM parameters, or help from a special tool or app. But we will get into these a bit later, okay? And the fourth way is pay per engagement. In this influencer pricing strategy, you can pay them for each like, for each share, comment, mention, and or other engagement on their content. You might also choose this model to compensate for other results, like sign-ups for a contest, for example. New businesses, especially e-commerce or dropshipping businesses, opt for gifting because it's generally the most affordable and budget-friendly option. I recommend giving this influencer campaign strategy a shot until you have a solid understanding of how your overall influencer strategy is working for your brand, and after that, upgrade to paid partnerships. As soon as you are done with compensation model, you need to set specific goals and KPIs before launch. The more specific you can get with your goals and key performance indicators, the easier your path to tracking them and evaluating your influencer program's performance. According to LinkedIn's State of Influencer Marketing report, 90% of respondents measure their influence program success by engagement, followed by 59% measuring clicks, 55% measuring impressions, and 54% measuring conversions. Let's break down what each of these means for your influencer program. So, engagement. These are likes, comments, shares, mentions, etc. So, any user activity that directly interacts with the post. Clicks. This is the number of times a link inside the post was clicked. And this link could lead to your website or a special landing page or any other source you mentioned. Impressions. This is the number of times your brand post showed up in a user's feed, whether or not they read or engaged with it. Reach. This is the number of people who see your posts. It's similar to impressions, except reach counts the number of users, while impressions count the number of times a post was displayed in a user's feed. So this means that the same user can rack up multiple impressions if the post showed up in their feed several times. Conversions. A certain user activity that you've set up in advance, like filling out a form or completing a purchase. Product sales. This is technically a type of conversion since you got the user to perform the activity of buying your product or service. And audience alignment. Looking at user data to confirm that your influencer content was seen by people who really fit with your brand, thus building positive brand awareness and exposure. Avoid measuring success based purely on reach or impressions, because these metrics just mean that your post showed up in someone's feed, and they don't mean that the user engaged with it or maybe even read it. Whatever you decide to focus on, it's critical that your benchmarks align with your influencer program goals. Common influencer program goals include products or service sales, sales leads, especially if the sales process is longer or your offering is expensive. Then, general brand awareness, more followers on social media channels, increase in website traffic, email newsletters, subscribers to a website, customer retention and building brand loyalty, or maybe even reputation management. So while some of these are tangible goals, like sales, for example, other goals like brand awareness can be practically impossible to track, which brings me to the importance of setting good goals. You likely heard about setting SMART business goals, which stands for specific, measurable, agreed upon, realistic, and time-based. No exceptions for your influencer strategy. So instead of just saying, I want more sales, try saying I want 5 new customer sales from this month's influencer strategy. And instead of saying, I want more people to see my brand, say, I want, 200 total engagements on each influencer post. When you can set clear and attainable goals, you are better equipped to measure the true value of your campaigns. You will also find it much easier to tweak and change certain things that are not working, while doubling down on the things that do. But your goals are useless if you can't actually see if you have accomplished them. But the thing is that even the best influencer marketing strategy can face trouble. LinkedIn's survey shows that 76% of respondents see their budget challenge to be determined return on investment for their influencer marketing program. So how can you avoid this pitfall in your influencer strategy process? Let's go over a few ways to keep your campaigns trackable and accountable for your brand's return on investment. Google Analytics is truly a blessing. If you don't have it set up for your website yet, do it today. Do it right now after listening to this episode. It's critical that you have this set up. Influencer strategy will lead any users back to your website or a special landing page, which we'll get into shortly. Google Analytics shows great influencer program metrics like which links, pages, and website brought users to your website. You can then tie this activity directly to an influencer post on other different channels. Also, Google Analytics can show you what those users who came to your website, so what they did there. Did they fill out any forms or make any purchases, or which pages did they visit, and how long those users stayed on your site, and did they leave immediately or browse for a while. Also, you can learn demographic and behavior information, info like their age, where they live, and even their interests. So you see how much you can do by just setting up Google Analytics. So do it ASAP. Also, you can use UTM parameters. UTM parameters are simple tags that you can add to your URLs to track certain campaigns elements. The 5 main parameters are source, for example, Google, Facebook, Instagram, newsletter, email, etc. Then medium, it's paid ads, email campaigns, social media campaigns, etc. Name, so this is the name of the specific campaign you're tracking. You can label it by the influencer. Then term, for paid keywords, mainly for Google ads and not your influence strategy. And content, to differentiate items like ad content, for example. It may sound intimidating, but you can build these links easily with Google's campaign URL builder. Say you are doing an Instagram influencer campaign with an influencer named Eminem. See an example of a finalized URL in description to this video. Yes, you can see that 2 variants. The first one look pretty ugly, but you can easily shorten it using bit.ly, so it can look like the second option. Then, you can give this link to Eminem to include in his sponsored content. Whenever someone clicks it, it will be tracked in your Google Analytics account. And that's just great! There are also some other influencer program tracking ideas, like custom landing pages. You can lead users to a specific landing page just for your influencer program campaign. This way, you can specially tailor the messaging to better connect with users and get them to perform whatever action you are looking for, from signing up for a demo to buying a specific item. Discount codes. If you are an e-commerce company, create discount codes for each influencer and campaign so that you know precisely where those sales came from. Even if you are not e-commerce, you can use these codes to have users sign up for certain things like a free demo or premium content or another offering. Affiliate links. If you are using an affiliate marketing model, affiliate links will track the activity of each influencer. Special affiliate marketing platforms will typically provide you with tracking capabilities. Then, branded hashtags. Create unique hashtags for your influencer program campaigns so you can keep track of how they are used. Say you want to boost brand awareness while holding a contest, you can have users make a post with the hashtag as part of their entry into the contest. Once you have all these beautiful user and activity data, you can use it to follow up on your new leads and convert them to customers. Strategies like email marketing and remarketing on social media are great for this. But I'm not gonna lie to you, there are a lot of hustlers and scammers out there. This comes mainly in the form of users who buy fake followers on social media. So how do you avoid getting tricked by fake influencer? The good news is that it's fairly simple not to fall prey to them. You just have to make sure that you give your research and vetting process enough time and resources. It may seem like it's taking a lot of time, because it will, but that will prove invaluable in the end. If you are stressing out about this part of your influencer campaign strategy, but don't have a large budget for a turnkey platform or full-service agency, it may make sense to try using some freemium tools. These are tools that offer free features to start, and you can start paying for upgraded services and more bandwidth when you are confident it's a good choice. There are also some quick tools to help you make sure your best candidates do not have fake followers, like the famous Instagram audit tool from Hype Auditor. You just need to pop up the username of any Instagram account larger than 1,000 followers, and then it will give you a report on how authentic their account is. So if you want a more in-depth report, Hype Auditor offers the first report for free. Then you can buy reports from about $2 each, with the cost decreasing for larger bundles. Regardless of how you go about it, don't flush your hard-earned money down the toilet with a fake influencer. In fact, influencer marketing on Instagram is not that difficult, and I hope that this episode and the recording of the webinar I hosted last month will help you start with influencer marketing on Instagram and create a really cool and successful Instagram campaign. Thank you for listening to this episode. Have a good day. Goodbye. This is a podcast sponsored by Combin.com. Grow and manage your Instagram safely and organically with Combin Growth and Combin Scheduler. Instagram promotion is easy. Combin.com.